What's up, baseball fans? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something absolutely massive that's sending shockwaves through the MLB world. I'm talking baseball talking points that every Red Sox fan and every rival fan needs to hear. There's a $130 million bombshell looming over the entire offseason, and it has everything to do with the Boston Red Sox potentially orchestrating one of the biggest trades we've seen in years. This isn't just rumor mill chatter, this is real talk, real buzz, real heat from multiple credible sources around the league going into the 2026 season. So make sure you hit that like button early, subscribe if you're new here, and let's dive into the story that's got the baseball world watching Boston like never before. Let's set the stage first. The Red Sox might have one of the most intriguing and complicated off-season landscapes in the whole league. After finishing the 2025 season with a playoff appearance, Boston front office boss Craig Breslow has been actively reshaping this roster for contention in 2026. But the way he's doing it, and perhaps what he's still planning, could blow this whole division upside down. The buzz right now is that Boston could be eyeing something huge, a blockbuster trade potentially valuing around $130 million in player value and contracts. A move that might shift not just the American League East balance, but the entire power structure of Major League Baseball. So what's fueling these rumors? Start with Boston's roster profile going into 2026. They've got some major strengths, but also glaring spots where upgrades could propel them into true World Series contender status. First and foremost, Boston's rotation has been improved over the past year with additions like Garrett Crochet, who exploded onto the scene with a huge contract and standout 2025 performance that made him one of the most talked about arms in the league last season. But even with Crochet anchoring the rotation, there's still been chatter that Boston could add another frontline starter before opening day. Pitching depth remains a top priority for Breslow and the front office, and sources outside and inside the organization have publicly suggested Boston is staying aggressive on that front. They're not done with their pitching plans. There's legitimate chatter that the Sox could pursue a true number 1 or no 2 caliber starter in a trade, and that's where things truly start to heat up in terms of blockbuster potential. Now, another key to understanding this potential bombshell is Boston's outfield logjam, and what that could mean for trade capital. The Red Sox currently have more outfield talent than they know what to do with, which has placed a spotlight on guys like Jarren Duran and Wiley Abreu, both of whom have been linked to potential trade scenarios. In fact, recent reports indicate that the Red Sox could indeed be willing to move a big contract second baseman or dangle expensive, valuable outfield pieces in order to fill holes elsewhere on the roster. That's especially relevant when you factor in the logjam in the outfield that has been highlighted by analysts and insiders in the past few days. But which players are truly on the table? This is where many eyes in the league have shifted over the last 48 hours. Multiple MLB news sources and rumor reports are now linking the Red Sox to the New York Mets in trade talks that could involve Jarren Duran heading to Queens. Why? The Mets have needs in Boston's areas of abundance, outfield depth and controllable younger players, and Boston has needs in top-level arms and offensive firepower. That's a classic trade foundation. But unlike smaller mid-tier deals, this one has blockbuster signatures written all over it. Also adding fuel to this fire is the fact that the Red Sox have publicly resisted trading one of their big sluggers, Wiley Abreu, despite heavy external interest. That resistance shows something very important. Boston values its star hitters highly, but might be holding them not just to win now, but as chips to get elite pieces in return. Teams around the league know this, and rumors are swirling that offers are beginning to materialize. Now, here's where things get really compelling, and you can see why fans are calling this a $130 million level trade idea. Several industry insiders have suggested that Boston's next move could involve a big power bat or a frontline starter, maybe both, in exchange for premium assets. The number being whispered in some circles? A value equivalent of around $130 million. Whether that's in guaranteed salary commitments, aggregate contract value in incoming players, or the stature of talent exchanged. And with the league's ever-tightening competitive window, Boston might feel the urgency to make a statement move this offseason. And again, this isn't just empty speculation, this is based on sources and talk across the league right now. One rumored target repeatedly mentioned in this context, especially in earlier off-season projections, has been Pete Alonso. The slugger from the Mets has long been linked with Boston interests, due to his power profile and ability to change a lineup instantaneously. Analysts have gone as far as saying Boston could make a monster offer which would clearly be in the multi-tens of millions per season range just to bring him into the Fenway fold. That aligns with the kinds of blockbuster discussions that have both fans and rival front offices talking. Let's not forget, these rumors are backed up by how the Red Sox stack up internally. Boston's big off-season additions and departures have been visible. They lost Alex Bregman to free agency and made room for younger, high-ceiling talent like Caleb Durbin, but the club is still looking for that additional high-impact bat or rotation piece to truly feel confident about a deep playoff run. These choices and roster moves this offseason didn't close the book, they opened a new chapter, and that chapter might well be a blockbuster trade before opening day. So what does this all mean from a strategic angle? If Boston does indeed make a move in the ballpark of around $130 million in talent and contract value, it would signal that the Red Sox aren't just rebuilding around young talent, they are betting heavily on contention now. And that's huge. It would put pressure not just on the Yankees and Rays, but on every contender in the American League. Because a trade like that doesn't just add pieces, it changes the narrative around the Red Sox franchise. Now, I know what you're thinking, is Boston actually going to pull the trigger before opening day? The honest answer is, right now we just don't know, but the traction in the rumor mill is unmistakable. Multiple sources within the MLB news ecosystem are reporting increased dialogue between Boston and other teams, trades with the Mets, exploratory calls with other playoff contenders, and even the suggestion that the Red Sox could revisit pitching upgrades via trades if the right offer materializes. And let's be real here, when the front office starts teasing trades involving players like Duran and Abreu, when the outfield logjam makes certain guys movable, and when names like Alonso enter the conversation, that's when you know something big is either happening or about to happen. Add to that the public resistance to certain trades and the allure of strategic acquisition targets, and the pressure builds for Boston to do something seismic. Before I wrap this up, I want to make one thing clear to all of you watching: this isn't just a rumor mill headline. This is a story that's building in real time. Major League Baseball insiders, front office whispers, and fan base reactions all point to a Red Sox offseason that's far from ordinary. If there's one takeaway from this whole situation, it's this: the Red Sox are not sitting idle. They are positioning themselves for a potential blockbuster that could redefine their 2026 season and beyond. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Red Sox trade buzz and want more insider baseball content, make sure you slam that subscribe button, hit the like icon, and drop in the comments what trade you think Boston should make. Are they trading Duran? Is Alonso really the target? Or are we looking at a shocker nobody expects? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for updates as this story develops, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.